안녕하세요. I'm Dr. Tan Sheren, family medicine and performing arts medicine physician in Singapore. Thank you very much, Prof. Chang Hyung Lee, for this very kind invitation to introduce myself and to send you my greetings. I'm truly honored and privileged to be celebrating the founding of K-PAMA with you. Singaporeans know and love Korea for your amazing people, the beauty of your land, the food, and the incredibly rich culture with a massive performing arts scene. Just 2 to 3 weeks ago, the K-pop School of Performing Arts Seoul announced that it was opening a school in Singapore, and you can just imagine the buzz and excitement it generated. It was all over the news. I congratulate you for this wonderful and very important initiative to advocate for the health and well-being of the performing arts community in your country. Now, it was just 2 to 3 years ago when I got to know a small group of dance medicine practitioners in Singapore, and we came together to form PAM Singapore with the aim of raising awareness in PAM among healthcare professionals, artists, and arts educators, and to improve the provision of care. My background is in primary care. It's known here as family medicine, and I've been in practice as a family physician for over 20 years. I look after the whole spectrum of physical and mental health needs of my patients. I coordinate care and I incorporate preventive care. I also trained in piano when I was a child, and I took up cello later in adult life, which has given me firsthand insights into what it means to be a musician. In 2021, I enrolled in a master's program in PAM at University College London, headed by Professor Hara Truly, which I have successfully completed. The same year, I was endorsed as medical advisor to our national orchestra, the Singapore Symphony Orchestra. I provide consultations from my private practice and manage musicians for a whole breadth of problems that they come in with, which can range from physical health, musculoskeletal issues, general medical conditions, as well as mental health issues like performance anxiety. I also now run a clinic for students of the Yong Siew To Conservatory of Music, part of the National University of Singapore, and give health talks for both students and orchestra. The approach is multi-dimensional, holistic, and always with the aim to empower through education. I am going to share my screen in order to share a couple of slides with you. The first one being illustration of the primary care model of healthcare delivery. Here, I hope you can see that. This primary care model forms the basis of healthcare delivery in Singapore, with the primary physician providing the first point of care, providing the first clinical assessment, the preventive care, and the coordination of care if needed. And as a primary physician, with clinical assessment and the diagnosis, I'm privy to the use of laboratory and radiological services if necessary to aid in my assessment, diagnosis, and treatment. Now, there is a network of fellow professionals for me to tap on, and I very frequently work with physiotherapists, hand therapists, and or voice therapists, as I see vocalists as well. Within this network, I also have accessible to me psychotherapists and counselors if I require that additional psychological support for my patients. Other healthcare professionals, including audiologists, which are very important because hearing health is an important health issue among musicians. I can also tap into and refer to nutritionists, optometrists, and other healthcare professionals. Specialist doctors, of course, I am able to refer patients to a variety, such as orthopedic doctors, hand surgeons, rheumatologists, as necessary and if needed. And in Singapore, there are several complementary therapies that are available, such as traditional Chinese medicine and acupuncture, which are highly regulated by the Ministry of Health here. This is the MDT, the multidisciplinary team that I put together for my musicians. And there are very important considerations given to include the expertise needed, the time, the urgency of care, as well as the potential costs incurred. It is an efficient, cost-effective, and holistic method of healthcare delivery led by a primary physician, which works very well for performing artists, particularly if the primary physician has a background in PAM. As rehabilitative physicians, you are an excellent fit for the model, for the role as primary physicians to your musician patients. I encourage you to build your network, educate and learn from each other, and strengthen, very importantly, those collaborations with artists themselves, with arts practitioners, with arts educators, to make health and well-being a common goal for the performing arts community in Korea. There may be a perceived gap between artists and scientists, but you can effectively bridge that gap with effective communication, spoken in the language of musicians, spoken with empathy and respect for what they do and who they are. I am confident that your audience is already there, waiting to be reached. So in conclusion and closing, I would like to warmly invite you to a PAM Singapore webinar scheduled for the 31st of August. Here I will be speaking about injuries affecting professional orchestral musicians based on my research at UCL. I will certainly send a link for the event to Professor Lee to send on to you. And I would be so pleased to connect with you. This is my email address. Please feel free to reach out. Please let me know if you have any questions. I want to thank you so much again. It has been such a pleasure. I send you my very best wishes. Annyeong and goodbye for now.